We're now excited to get to our awards and our Unsung Hero Award, and we're very happy to have one of our great public officials, Rafael Mandelman, here, who's going to make the introduction. Many of you know that Rafael's been on the Community College Board for many years, was president of the Community College Board, and was one of the leaders in getting the Community College Board that accreditation and moving forward. So we're very excited and happy to have Rafael here to present this award. So, and we invite him up here on the podium to give this award for the Unsung Hero. And for those of you who don't know, he is running for the Board of Supervisors. My candidate too.
I think everyone knows that homelessness is the challenge of our moment in San Francisco right now. It is housed or unhoused people throughout the city are just devastated and bewildered and embarrassed and unhappy. And you see that in polls, but you just feel it when you walk around and you see people who are visibly sick and unwell, and we are not caring for them. And so it is a great, great honor to be able to present these Unsung Hero Awards. Amy Farah Weiss. Amy Farah Weiss. As I am aware at this particular moment in my life, running against an incumbent is no easy thing. And in 2015, it appeared to be such a daunting thing that the politicians didn't do it. And so it fell to people who were not politicians to give the people of San Francisco who wanted an opportunity to vote for something other than the status quo and to demand change, an opportunity to do that. So Amy Farah Weiss stepped up and she ran a race on $15,000, and with that $15,000 got 23,000 votes, which I think may be a record of spending to vote on the low side. I'm having a fear that I and my opponent may be breaking that on the other side coming up this year. But Amy, started a movement with that campaign, and when she lost, she didn't just go away. She started the St. Francis Homelessness Challenge to try and bring practical solutions to the problems of the challenges of our encampments, to make life better both within those encampments for the people who live there and for the people who live around those encampments. To try to open up channels of dialogue and to try to have the city and the folks living in the tents engaging in more productive ways that get everybody moving forward together and help solve this problem rather than just the game of whack-a-mole that we play where we get rid of an encampment and it pops up a block away. So this is another wonderful SF Tomorrow choice of an unsung hero, and I want to bring up Amy Farah Weiss. Give her a rousing round of applause.
Hello, everyone. So it's really the words of St. Francis of Assisi, our city's and our Bay Area's namesake, who says, "First do what's necessary, then do what's possible, and soon you will be doing the impossible." And that really motivates me, and that's a touchstone for me as I continue to do this work that is very challenging work. I just remember, although I would like to be in a position as mayor and in leadership and shared leadership with everyone in this room to address these issues, I'd like to have more impact at this point. I have to come back to what I am doing is what's necessary and what is possible. And when it comes to our encampment crisis, what is necessary and what is possible right now is to organize with encampment residents and neighbors and volunteers to assess and address conditions, to provide secure sleep and storage, to provide access to toilets, and to provide pathways to transition. And so that is what is necessary and possible right now. And I just want to tell you a little brief. A lot of people don't know what the city is currently doing and not doing when it comes to encampments, and so I just want to give you a brief overview. The city, with Jeff Kaczynski at the lead of the Department of Homelessness, and with Tipping Point's help of $100 million, they're really focused on developing supportive housing exits and getting people in that pathway and getting subsidies. And so they actually think to some extent that addressing conditions at encampments right now is a distraction. And I actually met with Tipping Point a couple of weeks ago, and one of the policy team actually said that I asked point blank, is any of that $100 million going to go to supporting transition on site and getting people on that pathway? And she actually used the word distraction at one point. And I just want to say that I really value that ending homelessness and resolving this issue does involve building housing. And so more power to you, City Hall and Tipping Point, in building those thousands of units. But in the meantime, we need to do something, and we need to do it organizing with encampment residents. And that's what St. Francis of Assisi said. He said, you have to go out to the margins and you have to reintroduce people. We have to work together to address these issues. And so who more is at the margins in our society than people living in encampments? But guess what? With that development boom that's been happening in Soma, in Dogpatch, in Mission Bay, the margins got pushed into the neighborhood because there's so much development that now it's in our neighborhoods in a different way. And so we really, really have to work together to address this. And I'll tell you a few things I'm really excited about right now. I'm excited to be working with DL, who's over here, who's an encampment resident. And we're going to be working with the Democratic Socialists of America. Do you know DSA? People have heard of that? I'm really excited about that group because they came out to an event a couple weeks ago and helped move an encampment for a scheduled cleaning, and 15 people just showed up to do the work. That's what I'm excited about. We're understanding that the city right now is not going to focus on encampments, and foundations are not going to focus on encampments under Ed Lee in the way that we need to. So what do we need? People power. We need people power to actually do this work with organizing with encampments. We're going to be starting to do that. Mark Leno, I would love for you to join DL and I and Rafael and everybody who's running for any office right now, and let's actually heal the encampment crisis by organizing with encampment residents and neighbors to start addressing these issues. So I'm excited about just, I've run the gauntlet at City Hall. I'm moving forward with, we have to do the direct action, right? And then the other thing I'm really excited about is that Asian neighborhood design is going to allow us to use their workshop, and we're working with encampment residents, including DL, to build transitional individual mobile shelters that actually exceed National Fire Protection Association code for safety, for fire and safety. And we need to be able to get people secure sleep and storage out on the streets. So Asian neighborhood design and Mission Housing have been really instrumental in partnering with us. So I'm super excited about DSA, super excited about Mission Housing and Asian neighborhood design being involved in this. And I'm also excited because we have cracked the code for being able to take action on private property right now to have safe park programs. We have our shelter on an RV that's certified. And actually, we learned from Scott Sanchez of the planning department that there's no code that regulates sleeping in an RV on private property right now. So we actually have the ability to do this, and Impact Hub at 15th and Mission is considering doing that. And what's really cool about it is we have neighbors who live in the condo right next door that are excited and saying, yes, in my backyard, to working with someone who would be at this site. So we need more of that yes spirit. And I just want to say it's the 50th anniversary of the Summer of Love, right? What if people were saying, 50 years from now, wow, 50 years ago, San Francisco made a real mark on the world because we started organizing with encampment residents to support transition and heal this encampment crisis that is not just in San Francisco, but is all over our country. So thank you so much. Please get involved in the work that we're doing. There's lots to do. And I'm gonna connect with you, Mark, and I want you to meet DL, and I want us to go out to these encampments together and actually do the old-fashioned organizing work that needs to be done again. Thank you.
That was great, thank you.